Previously on Anywhere Man.
So we are in Evansville, Indiana. I didn't realize that intermodals went this way. So if an IM comes here and stops, I could get some serious miles in. I think I'm going to head a little bit more south, but for a little bit of while, I'm just going to go where the trains take me. You know, I'm going to stop looking up exactly where I'm going to go and planning out my destination and just go for it. Was already in the yard when I got here, and it started airing up as I was sitting there, so I figured I'd hop on it. I hope it's going south really bad, because in a couple of days we're talking low teens in temperatures up here, and I am barely equipped for that. Worst case, I'll just make a giant fire and be okay, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just be in warmer climates. So hopefully this goes south. This train's going all the way to Florida. So general merchandise, or GM, or junk. That's what we call it when we're all mixed like that. I know this is going, I believe, to, I want to say Eastern Florida. I'm not sure the name of the city, to be honest with you. But I think I'm going to get off to either Nashville or Louisville. So let's hope nothing goes wrong. Oh, mission successful. I had to jump off real quick. Well, my train was just doing a quick crew change. I only had like 10 minutes. My feet, even at this moment, are still numb. Just by all the goddamn wind. The trains kick up. It gets pretty intense. Sorry about the eye. I had to jump off the tracks last night, or this morning rather. The train was coming my way, and it was either get smushed between two trains or make a little, like a 4-foot jump onto the rocks, and then I kind of ended up like sliding down a little bit, smashed my face. But hey, I didn't lose any teeth at least. But I'm here at this gas station, and I saw a crew change van come in, and it's gassing up, and the crew gets out. Like, oh yeah, I think they just got off. Yeah, they did. They just got off a grainer, they told me. And I see them all go in, and one guy keeps looking at me. He sees the giant bag. He sees them near a train yard. He's putting two and two together. I'm figuring, you know. So I go inside. I get what I'm getting, protein shake as usual. A big old Monster coffee, the 300 milligram ones, the Bad Larry's. Woo! But he's getting a cup of coffee himself, and I'm right behind him. So I'm like, let me get that coffee for you, man. He's like, what? Why? You know, I was like, just let me get the coffee. You know, like I know what I'm doing. So when I come outside, I sit on the bench out here, this little picnic table. He comes over, and he's like, so when'd you get in? I go, I got in this morning. He started giving me information, everything about that yard. He told me where all the cameras are. He told me where to get on, where I can watch them, safe place to camp, everything. He knew this yard inside and out. He let me know what time the trains come. I know I can grab one any day, every single day from 2 to 3 p.m. right now. So these are called auto racks. That's the type of car it is. They carry vehicles, cars. But if you get caught on one of these, you get charged with attempted theft for every single car inside of it. So you can ride them when they're empty, but you definitely don't want to be in them when they're full. I know some people will actually go in and turn the heat on and stuff like that in the cars. It's a bold move, one I'm not willing to do. But I'm glad I knew that coming out, because there was an open one, like those sides kind of pull up, kind of like a garage door, and there was one open enough for me to get my stuff in there. And the person I was traveling with was like, oh, I wouldn't do that. And I'm really glad they did. because that's a multiple year sentence. So I'm in Nashville at the CSX yard, hanging out under a bridge. I knew when I started getting close to it, there was going to be a hop out, which is where you catch a train, because there's empty water jugs, always dead giveaway, and you know, a couple beer cans, a lot of beer cans. But there's been decades of hobos that hung out under this bridge, just watching trains and waiting for the next ride, and I'm one of them too. A lot of graffiti, which I'm going to show you some of. All train riders for the most part. You can always tell because we throw train tracks in our tags most of the time. We'll put the word hobo in there. But here, you can see, this is what a lot of people say a hobo stands for, is help other brothers out. Where the term hobo comes from is, there's like 8 different sources that say they're all correct. But I like the acronym the most out of all of them. We got all these, like, this is a quarter full canister. We got some stuffed sacks over here. There was a can of chili on the other side. We leave stuff for each other. If I have extra anything, I'll leave it here before I go. This is kind of how we look out for each other a little bit out here. See FTRA here. Another one over here. But FTRA stands for Freight Train Riders of America. It was an idea thought up in a bar by a couple of Vietnam vets, where they made pretty much a train gang. And a lot of controversy. I don't really have an opinion on them. I've never met one in person, so I really can't have a stance on people I don't know. But there's a lot of controversy around them. Some people love them, some people hate them. So initially I was gonna stay in Nashville here. I wanted to check out the museum. I wanted to see some live music, stuff like that. But it's gonna be like, I don't know, late teens and maybe like low 20s and at nighttime. But here I am in the day and I'm wearing a t-shirt and I'm sweating a little bit. So if I start moving my gear around right now, I'm gonna start sweating, and then at nighttime, you know, I'm gonna freeze. So I think I'm just gonna hang out by the yard, wait for a train and grab it. Everything is covered in frost. It's my own fault for not putting my tarp up. I wanted to keep things easy to pack, just in case I got my train this morning, but the train never came. So it's kind of all for naught. I don't think anything's going to be ruined. I just got to dry it all up. Once that sun comes up, it should dry it up pretty quick. So as my stuff's drying, I figured I'd just mention something real quick. And that's just how excited I am to be doing this. I've had conversations with Dave Canterbury and Sean Kelly from the Pathfinder School. They were a huge inspiration, a huge learning source before I came out here for bushcrafting. I've had conversations online with Hobo Shoestring, the man himself. I've had conversations with Shabazz, the Hobo King, elected. Old school hobos that really know what they're doing, that I idolize coming out here, have reached out to me. I have Jumping Off the Cliff as an actual YouTube subscriber who comments on my videos. I watched him for a week straight before I came out here, you know. And there's so many that aren't famous that have reached out to me that really, it blows my mind. So my train was 3 hours early yesterday, maybe miss it. My train this morning was 4 hours late, which means I wasn't ready. Missed it. That sign says no trespassing, right? But it's covered with branches. They didn't maintain it. Google Maps is sending me this way, and it's gonna save 1.5 miles of walking right now. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna walk right through this goddamn yard like I own the place. So all the yard dogs in this CSX yard in Nashville, the yard dog's a locomotive, but a smaller one, it just moves stuff in the yard, builds and breaks down trains, terminates trains. I don't need to watch out for them while trespassing in this yard because they're remote controlled out here. They save money that way, but allows people like me to sneak right on in. don't know if you can see that clearly, but those blinking lights on the back of those two trains are called Freddies, or flashing rear end device, or Fred. There's another name for it too, so that's the E, I can't remember. But they're aired up and ready to go. Those are leaving the yard tonight. So I'm gonna get on the one closest to me and just wait, and then I should be out of here. God damn, this is getting hard. The jump, because I got to like my chest, so I had to throw my gear up here, then jump up here too. But then also I had a stake that railroad spike into the tracks there, into the rail of the boxcar door, so that way it doesn't shut on me while I'm riding, because then you can get stuck in here for 5 days and people have died. So I gotta make sure that railroad spike lasts. I beat it in there pretty good, so it should be alright. But yeah, I'm in a boxcar. I have plenty of room to stretch out. And as long as I stay away from that door while we're moving, I'll be just fine. Yeah, I have the Freddy in the back of this, so it's aired up and ready to go. If it starts going backwards, northbound instead of southbound like I want it to go, I'm gonna have to hop off. But for right now, I'm comfy and cozy with plenty of room, as you can see. Well, foiled again. The boxcar started moving in the north direction. Looks like they're gonna take it into the yard and break it down, and it started picking up speed quick. I had everything tucked away in the corner so I couldn't be seen. I had to drag it all the door, chuck it off a moving train, and then jump off on myself. But yeah, I'm getting pretty good at this because I didn't hurt myself. It's beautiful out today. It's like 60, almost 60. Should be up there by noontime, about an hour or so. I had a train blow right by me, didn't even stop. Hoping one comes today at any point. Like I can't even sleep tonight. I need to get out of here because it's going to rain all day tomorrow, and there's going to be 20 degrees right after. So that means I really can't charge my stuff. I really can't, go and resupply. I'd have to hunker down for the entire day to ensure that I don't get wet. Because if I get wet during the day and then that 20 degrees comes, I'm going to be in trouble. So I need to get out of here today. It's almost coming up to 1 p.m. Northbound just rolled through and it's some old, which means I'm not going to see anything southbound for probably a half an hour to an hour at least, if I'm lucky. And the weather's going to be bad tomorrow. I got to make sure I'm prepared for it. So I was ready to give up and call it stuck here for another 2 days. But my bravado has kicked in, and I'm going to march 2 hours north, go to the north of the yard, where I can get 2 trains instead of 1. I go to Chattanooga or Birmingham from that location. Alright, I got lucky, very lucky. On the highway walking here, I had a 2-hour walk, and it was getting dark in 45 minutes. So I would have gotten here and had to find a spot in the dark, which is not optimal. But this nice guy, Eddie, stopped, picked me up. He says, I was in the Marine Corps. You know how it feels to carry all that heavy shit around. They give you a ride wherever you want to go. It worked out anyway. He was going to get his Thanksgiving turkey. But, hey, Eddie, if you're watching this, thanks for the ride, brother. No way. Alright, so I just went to start shooting this video about how I got stuck and the IM terminated the shipping containers I was on. But now it's moving. It's going south. If I stayed on it in actually 15 minutes, I'd be out of here right now. Hey, well, I'm sitting there waiting on my next train. I just want to say thank you to all the people that have been following me since the beginning, all the people that just recently started following me. Really, I'm flattered. I get nothing but good comments. It seems like a really good community starting to get my back, and I really appreciate every single one of you. I just wanted to say thank you real quick, y'all. All right, this is Anywhere Man out.